Hello, friend. How are you tonight? Hi, my name is Sonia Akins. I am coming to you live from Ontario, Canada. This is week number 6 of quarantine, I believe, of something like that. And I thought that now would be a good time to come on live and do a little mini series on how to get out of your slump. Now, I'm going to preface this that I know that there's a lot of things going on in this world right now. I know that it is a very scary time, and maybe this isn't something that you can do right now, but maybe this is a video that you can come back to in the future, just depending on what's going on in your life right now, okay? I think I just need to kind of tell you a little bit about myself in reason why I feel like I can even talk on this. So I am in business. I work a social media business. I work from home, work from phone. And when I first started with my business, this is not a business pitch, this is just me telling you my story. When I first started with my at-home business, I was really bored of life. I'm a mom of 2. I have a wonderful husband. On paper, everything looked good. I didn't feel good. I was bored. I had nowhere. I just felt like I was running the amazing race every single day. I was working full time. I was doing the do's, doing what I was supposed to be doing in life, but I had no passion in my life anymore. And so I started this at-home business. I did a few different things. I did, I joined a soccer team. I don't play soccer. I'm not athletic at all. So I joined a soccer team, and then I started my at-home business. I was kind of doing some things that were outside of my comfort zone. And I became very successful in my home business pretty quickly. Like in a year and a half, I was able to retire from the corporate world. And everything was good until things weren't anymore. And I started not to feel good about myself anymore. I started not to feel good about who I was as a mom, as a wife, as a mentor, as a coach, as a friend. Some things just changed in me. And there were definitely some things that happened in my life that, caused this negativity to happen. But even though I had trained myself so much into how to handle negativity that's in your life, I just couldn't grasp this one. I was hurt hard. Basically, let's just say it as, there was somebody in my life that supported me, was probably like, think about your biggest cheerleader in your life, right? And all of a sudden, they're just not anymore. In fact, they're the opposite, right? And that pummeled me. It pummeled me. And along with other kind of tragedies that all kind of happened at the same time, I started not feeling good. And about a year later, I was at an event back in December. And I watched this woman on stage, and she talked about being in a slump. And she talked about, I will tell you that in this event with over 10,000 people in that room, in a stadium, if there was enough room on the ground, I would have dropped to my knees crying, because I finally understood why I had been feeling the way that I was feeling. I was still doing the same do's. I was still taking the same actions that I was in my business, in my home life, my friendships. I was still going out for the coffees. Like nothing had changed except what was going on up in here had changed. Okay? Do you know that person that just walks into a room? Hi, friends. You know that person that walks into a room, and there's just something about that person when they walk into a room, you just can't help but feel like you can't help but just watch them. You know, like, or you want to be near them, or you want to sit near them, or you want to just be around them. Maybe the energy of that room shifts a little bit, right? Maybe, you know, maybe it's somebody that's on social media. Maybe it's somebody on your Facebook, on your Instagram, that you can't help but follow them and you don't really know why. You can't really pinpoint what it is about that person, but there's something about them that just attracts you. You just want to be near them. You want to be in their circle, right? That is somebody's vibration. That's somebody's vibration level. Exactly. You're drawn to them. So you're just drawn to them. Like, you can't help it, right? That's their vibration level. You know, when there's also somebody in the room that you just feel them out and you're like, this person is not good news. Right? Maybe you actually want to be away from them. Maybe you kind of have that look on your face like, you know? If you have that look on your face like, then that person has a very low vibration level. So when I was at this event and I kind of understood in that moment when I could have fallen to my knees crying, is because I finally had understood what it was that I had done to myself. There were so many of these other things that had happened around me. Those things didn't put me in a slump. I put myself into a slump. And I want you to know that I know that there's a lot of you that are watching this video right now that are going through the depths of it all. Either depression, anxiety, isolation. There's been deaths, separation of relationships, you know, like loss of jobs. I know that there's a lot that's going on in your life that you have no control over. But I feel like it's kind of my duty to come here and to let you know how I was able to change me up here without having to change what was going on out there. Okay? And so that's what I'm going to do for the next 12 days is I'm going to come on here and I'm going to give you a small little tidbit of how I was able to change my vibration level. Okay? And I'm going to show you something right now. This right here, my friends, is an emotional guidance scale. And this is what was put up on the screen when I almost dropped to my knees. When I realized to myself, no wonder why I feel the way that I feel. No wonder why my business isn't moving forward. Or no wonder why I'm always fighting with the people that are in my life. It's because of what I did to myself. It's because of where I got myself. Okay? So I'm just going to show it to you right now. And then if you would like me to send this to you, I want you to send me a message asking me to send you this graph. Okay? Because I feel like people need it in their lives. But this is it here. Okay? It's the emotional guidance scale. And it spirals up. And then it spirals down. Okay? So that's what it looks like. But I'm just going to tell you about it. So if you actually want the guidance scale itself, just send me a message and I will send it to you. So for myself, when my son was about 4 years old is when I started my home business. I was about a level 8. Level 1 is the top of the emotional guidance scale. It's the top. And 22 is the bottom. So I was about a level 8 when I came into my home business. And from my own home business, from my experience, from my journey, I went up to contentment, hopefulness, optimism, positive expectations and belief, enthusiasm, passion. And then I was at that number 1, joy, knowledge, empowerment, freedom, love, appreciation. I loved it all. I was so happy in life. It was as if I was on the top of a mountain and I was not moving anywhere. Like, I was just like, okay, who needs help? Who needs help? Come on up to the top of the mountain. Like, let's go. Let's go. Like, life is grand. Once you're at the top. Nothing can get you down. Nothing's going to get you moving. You know what I mean? And that's not what ended up happening. Things happened in my life that I had no control over, right? I can't control over the way other people think of me. I cannot control over the things that people say. You can't control the thoughts that people have of you. You can't control the judgment that other people have, right? You can't control if you get laid off from work. You can't control those things, right? But something ended up happening where I started to spiral downwards. I went all the way back down to boredom, and then pessimism, and then frustration, and then overwhelm, disappointment, doubt. How many of you doubt yourselves? How many of you live in fear of making a mistake, of looking a certain way in front of other people? Worry. How many people are worrying a lot right now? And I think that it might be the older generation where they watch a lot of the news right now, right? They're watching a lot of news. Worry, blame, discouragement, anger, revenge, hatred and rage, jealousy. I was those things a year ago. Insecurity, guilt, unworthiness. And then number 22, fear, grief, depression, powerlessness, and victim. When I was watching that stage and up in front, I realized I was a number 22. That I had let things control me so much that I went all the way down to 22. No wonder why I wasn't happy. I'm going to tell you over the next 12 days what I did to get myself back up. I can look at this now and I could say that I'm probably at a number 5 or 6 in my life on an everyday basis in the middle of quarantine. Okay? So if you want to catch that, please go ahead and type in the word sunshine on this business page, Sunshine and Sonia Aikens, and I will come back to you tomorrow with the number 1 way of how you can get yourself out of your slump. Okay? I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.